Number 20, Marcus Orozco. Number 29, Andrew Amarine. Number 30, Jared McMacken. Number 32, Lyndon Lehman. Number 37, Kelton Broadhead. And number 46, Matt Nelson. And let's put it together for your Meeteetse Longhorns. Number 5, a 6-foot junior, Alex Poole. Number 30, a 5'10" sophomore, Carter Johnson. Number 77, a 6'3" sophomore, Sean Shepperson. Number 22, a 5'8" senior, Zach Bragg. Number 81, a 5'10" senior, Jasper Smith. And number 12, a 5'8" senior, Seth Bennett.
It's all you, buddy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Meeteetse Longhorn Football. We're getting the first kickoff started off here, and it's, got Seth Bennett returning for Meeteetse. They took the kick, playing Farson-Eden Pronghorns this evening here in Meeteetse. Farson-Eden kicking off to Meeteetse, and Seth Bennett with a quick strike, good return on the opening kickoff. We had lineups. We'll get you lineups here shortly. On for Meeteetse, we've got Poole, Alex Poole, Zach Bragg. We have number 81, Jasper Smith. Like Seth Bennett, who took the handoff from Smith, and he's going to be in untouched to the end zone. So quick strike by Meeteetse. Back to our lineups. We got number 5, Alex Poole. Number 12, Seth Bennett. Number 22, Zach Bragg. Number 30, Carter Johnson. Number 77, Sean Shepperson. And number 81, Jasper Smith. Be Meeteetse's last regular season game this evening. Tune-up game for before the playoffs. Like we had a little trickery there on that play. We got a flag down, but that was Shepperson in for the extra point. But that will be a block block in the back against Meeteetse, looks like. So they'll be trying that one again, backing up and trying that one again. Your announcers here this evening, Kyle Leithhead, and I now have Tom Loveland joining me. Nice day for football this afternoon here in Meeteetse. It's got to be about 55 degrees, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a little bit different than it was last time we played here at home.
Nice day for football. So Meeteetse's going to try again. Bennett back to pass. He's got open. He had hit Carter, but he's going to be short, be knocked down short of the extra point. So that will bring our score to Meeteetse Longhorn 6, Farson-Eden 0. Just with 30 seconds into the first quarter.
No one would really care but you.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Hello, Meeteetse.
That is English teacher Molly Potus.
But Meeteetse coming into the game, they are 7-0 on the season. Farson-Eden into the game, I believe, are 4-3.
Interestingly, one of Farson's wins was against Midwest, who has the best record in the conference, in the East Conference.
On the other side, that's right.
Yeah.
We didn't get information on that. On the website, it shows 1-0, and not sure if it was a forfeit on Midwest's part or what. We'll get some information on that from our AD here in Meeteetse, Corey Jeffco. So Meeteetse with the kickoff. Bennett's been excellent for booting them into the end zone or through the end zone, and that one will be a touchback. So Farson-Eden will have their first possession on offense of the game. Take over at their own 15-yard line. Farson-Eden starters, real quick. We've got number 20, Marcus Orozco, 29, Andrew Amarine, 30, Jared McMacken, 32, Lyndon Leham, 37, Kelton Broadhead, and 46, Matt Nelson. They come out with a running play and can pick up some decent yards on the play. Be number 34 on the carry, Isaac Orozco. Pickup of about 9 on the play. And Meeteetse's been really good on defense this year. You know, once they get wound up, everybody's in on tackles, which is good to see. So second down for Farson-Eden. Pitches it back to his back, who's going to be tripped up in the backfield. Might gained a yard on the play. Looked like we had Scott Sessions in the backfield to trip him up, and there's going to be a penalty, a holding on Farson-Eden, so that will back them up.
You know, you're talking about that defense. I think there were 4 people who at least touched the ball carrier, had a hand in that tackle.
Yeah, but they've been that way all year. They get in and they get a hit, and everybody's looking to get a hit. They're getting in there, looking for a hit. I mean, you sit and watch, and everybody's going for that ball. They get the initial hit on, and then you get 3 or 4 more defenders coming in, hitting at that ball. And so they've had some good turnovers this year too from that. I'll bring up a second down and 17 for the Pronghorns. A man in motion. He looks to pass. He's going to get over the middle, hit his receiver, who makes the catch over the middle, and he's going to be brought down by 81, Jasper Smith. They pick up of about 5 yards on the play and bring up third down and 11. We've got some stats for you on the season we'll be bringing to you throughout the game. Of course, Meeteetse coming in this game 7-0 overall, 5-0 in the conference. And on the handoff, looks like we're going to have a false start on the Pronghorns, so that'll back them up another 5-10 yards. So
not a great start to the game for the Pronghorns.
The Pronghorns are, like I said, they've got they're 4-3 on the season. They've got wins against Midwest. Look here real quick. I know they beat Wyoming Indian. They beat Tensleep, and then they beat St. Stephen's. So 4-3. They'll be at least the number 4 seed going into playoffs, so they will have some postseason. So third down and 15. Number 36, Neil Jones, quarterback, and he pitches off to 31, who's going to look for the corner, breaks one tackle, and he's knocked out of bounds by Scott Sessions. He's able to get that corner on, looked like Carter Johnson coming up on the corner, is able to just beat him to the corner. So he picked up about 8 yards on the play, and bring up a fourth down and 6, maybe 9 yards on the play. Meeteetse Longhorns are coached this year by Matt Jensen, our first-year coach. Assistant coaches Del Query and Jim Barrick. Manager Dace Bennett. And a great job coaches have done this year. That a lot of fundamentals that the kids have been practicing, it looks like, and it shows on the field. So on fourth down, he's going to hand off, and he's going to be quickly wrapped up by Shepperson. Lost the yards there, so that'd be a turnover on downs for the Pronghorns.
Shepperson was just right there on that play, read it really well, had no opposition.
Yeah, they're looking to So it's kind of a reverse back across, and Shepherdson ate it up. So Meeteetse will take over on downs at their own 19-yard line, or actually Farson-Eden 19-yard line. Seth Bennett in shotgun formation. He has Jasper Smith in the backfield with him. Looks to pass. He's going to duck under one and actually get the pass off to Zach Bragg. Wasn't able to get a hand on it, fumbled it around, but he was looking for Smith on this side, and then he had pressure on him, so he had to do some scrambling. And I'll tell you what, it's fun watching Bennett. He is quick on his feet.
That's probably the first time this season I've seen someone catch him in the backfield.
Well, he had a hold of him. I don't know that he if he would have brought him down or not, but so bring up a 2nd down and 15 for the Longhorns. Bennett in shotgun formation. Shepherdson in motion. Fakes a handoff to Shepherdson. Hands it off to Smith up the middle. He's wrapped up, breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's looking to get out. He's going to have a loss of about a yard on the play.
Farson-Eden doing a good job of holding this Meeteetse offense back. We'll see what they can come up with.
Yep, on this possession so far, they're holding them, getting good pressure in. They had a lot of guys in on that. Smith just didn't have anywhere to go, and so bring up 3rd down and 17. Shepherdson in motion, fakes handoff Shepherdson. He looks to pass. He's got some pressure in the backfield. He does get the pass off, but he's hit as he passes, and he'll be incomplete, short of Alex Poole on the far side. So Farson-Eden's out putting pressure on quick. They're actually getting to Bennett, and we'll have to make a few adjustments there to give Seth a little bit more time in the backfield to make a play. So 4th down and about 17 for the Longhorns. We have Jasper Smith in shotgun formation. Bennett in the backfield. He's going to take the handoff, pitch. He's going to try and get that outside. He's going to break a tackle, and he is going to be in for touchdown. Seth Bennett took the pitch from Jasper Smith, broke a few touchdowns and is in, or broke a few tackles, and he is in for the touchdown.
Score is 12-0. Longhorns.
We'll line up for the extra 2-point kick here. Seth Bennett kicking. He gets it off, and it's no good. That was Jasper Smith holding for him. So Meeteetse will kick away to the Pronghorns.
Who scored first? Who was that on the first touchdown?
Bennett.
So Seth Bennett with all 12 of the Longhorn points, it looks like.
As it stands right now, looks like Meeteetse has the #1 seed wrapped up in the West. They will be playing home games from here till the championship. In the West, Meeteetse is #1. Du Bois is #2. Farson-Eden, if they win this game tonight and Little Snake River loses their game, then Farson-Eden will be the #3 seed. If Meeteetse wins tonight, then Farson-Eden will be the 4 seed and Little Snake River will be the 3 seed. Over on the east side, it's not quite decided yet. There's 3 games that will decide the playoffs on that side. Midwest is the #1 seed on that side. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So on 1st down, looks like there's the ball's loose.
Looked like on that one, the biggest opposition to the ball runner was his own blockers on that. He decided to change directions, and I don't think the blockers got the message.
Right. So rushing on 1st down, they gain nothing. So I bring up 2nd down for the Pronghorns. A good tune-up game for Meeteetse. You know, they're going in the playoffs. They want to make sure they keep everybody healthy, but a good time for the coaches to look things over and the kids to tune up and be ready for playoffs next week. You know, we don't want any injuries. It's Meeteetse has first seed. And we can't afford to lose anybody. I'll bring up a 3rd down for the Pronghorns, 3rd and 6. And they snap back. He's looking to pass, looking for a receiver downfield. He's going to float it up in the air, and it's going to be a jump ball, and almost brought down by Carter Johnson. That's kind of a floater. It was just a throw up for grabs, and hopefully my guy can catch it. But he was double teamed. Looked like Johnson and Abar were in on the play there. Pretty much a jump ball. So I'll bring up 4th down.
4th and 6. Score stands at 12-0 Longhorns, with 5 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first quarter.
And he's going to hand off. He's going to look to run. He's got a blocker out, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Looked like just before the marker. And, yeah, it looks like they pushed him out short of the 1st down. So Meeteetse will take over once again. It'll be another 4 and out by the Pronghorns. Meeteetse defense standing in there tough. You know, we've seen a lot of players step up this year. We've got number 83 Scott Sessions and 85 Dalton Abar out on defense. They're just, they are fearless out there making tackles, and it doesn't matter the size of the kid that's got the ball. They're going in there, and fun watching them, And then Zach Bragg in the middle, he's in there blocking, and most everybody's a little bigger than he is, but he's in there making the block. But 1st down, Seth Bennett is going to look downfield for Jasper Smith, and that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, this has also been a great season for the younger guys to get a lot of experience. Some of the starters go out there, they get it done, and then they sit and watch for the rest of the game.
Yeah, coach has been good about that, getting younger players in. But, yeah, for sure, kudos to the starters and the older players getting out there. And, we've had some runaway leads to where the younger players can get in and get some valuable experience against, the other team's starting defense. So on 2nd down, Sean Sheverson pitches to Bennett, who makes a move, breaks a tackle, and he gets to the corner, and he's going to be in for his 3rd score of the day. Like we've seen before, the other team just, don't have an answer for Seth. Yeah, I've said it several times, but he's quick on his feet, and once he gets that corner, he's gone.
3rd touchdown for Bennett in 5 minutes of play. Score is 18-0 Longhorns.
So Bennett for the extra 2-point kick, and it's going to be wide right. So the last kick, he was wide left, and this one wide right. Hopefully he'll dial it in and start putting them through.
He's got it surrounded.
So Meeteetse once again will kick off to Farson-Eden. Seth Bennett kicking off. So we can probably expect a touchback.
There seem to be a whole lot of touchbacks with this shorter field. I wonder if they ever consider moving that back to the 25-yard line on the this short 6-man football field.
Yeah. And then, too, that takes a little bit out. It takes a little out of the game, but then, less chance of injuries if you boot it out. And that one's going to be back into the end zone again for a touchback. So the Pronghorns will take over out on their 15-yard line.
Kick returner feeling kind of dejected right now, not being able to return any of the kicks.
Yeah.
Still, Farson overall is getting in the way of Meeteetse's plan. Seth has kind of had to take things into his own hands. They're putting a stop to the regular Meeteetse offense for the most part.
There we have Shepardson in the backfield wrapping him up, and that'd be for a loss. He was looking to come to this other side, and Shepardson was right there to bring him down. So a loss of 3 on the play on first down for the Pronghorns.
You know, I was talking to assistant coach Query today, and he said that's one of the big changes they've made on defense, put Sean Shepardson in the middle, and he really does a good job of plugging that up in there.
Yeah, he's a big kid, good size to him, and just for a sophomore, he gets in and he's a force to be reckoned with in there. And you've got on this near side Scott Sessions, and on the far side Zach Bragg, it looks like, or actually Bennett's up on the far side right now. Scott gets in there, and he isn't afraid to hit somebody. A few missed tackles from Meeteetse there. The runners will be brought down by 81, Jasper Smith. Pickup of about 6 on the play, 5 or 6. Be a third down for Farson-Eden.
It's hard to see from this angle. That went a little bit farther than I thought it did. Looks like 3rd and 12. Score stands at 18-0 with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first quarter.
Third down for the Pronghorns. He's going to pitch it back to his back, 31. He's looked to run. He's going to be wrapped up by, who is it? Once again, Shepardson.
You know, and they had great blocking out front. They had a pass cleared for him, and Sean just came around and ran him down from behind.
Well, and you watch. He's coming off. He's looked like he hurt his arm on that play. Hopefully he's all right. But they tried laying a block on him, and he just shrugged it off. And so great play by Sean. Hopefully it's nothing serious with his arm. He's holding his arm down there. He's being looked at by Coach Binion. So I'll bring up a 4th down for the Pronghorns. They maybe gained a foot on the play. They might look to punt here. Looks like they will get the punt off, and Bennett was up. Bennett was up on the line there, so that's going to be a good punt with the rollout.
Great punt.
So Meeteetse will be taken over down at their own 6-yard line.
For the first time in the game.
Not sure what they were, if there's a little miscommunication there. What usually Seth drops back, and if it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th, he'll come up, but he didn't go back at all on that. And you know, surprised to think that the Farson-Eden would go for it deep back in their own side of the field. But so Meeteetse will take over, a little bit longer field this time than the first 3 possessions. Take over at their own 6-yard line. We got Zach Bragg in, Alex Poole in, looked like Carter Johnson. We have Smith, Bennett, and I'm not sure who's lined up behind Bennett. Looked like 85, that was Dalton Abar lined up back there, and that was going to be Jasper Smith with the carry. Pick of about 7 on the play. He's getting good blockers out in front of him, but they're kind of grouped up in there, the Pronghorn defense. Be a 2nd down for Meeteetse, 2nd down of about 9. Zach Bragg on center. Got Bennett lined up in shotgun formation with Smith and Shepardson. He's going to pitch to Shepardson with Bennett out blocking. And they just need to get a few more blockers out there.
Shepardson made a good decision. He saw that his blocker couldn't turn it in, so he ducked inside and came in for a few more yards.
I'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for Meeteetse. So 3rd and 5. Got Alex Poole lined up on the far side of the field. We have a timeout on the Pronghorns. They wanted to talk it over.
Score is 18-0, minute and 24 seconds left in the first quarter. In this, the last regular season game for the Longhorns. They will be playing a playoff game here at home on November 1st.
And it is still undecided who they'll be playing.
Just a reminder, football fans, we do have the playoff shirts for sale behind the crow's nest, long sleeve shirts for $20, as well as some old football jerseys for $10. Pick up your memorabilia now.
So 3rd down and 5 for Meeteetse. Seth Bennett in shotgun formation. He has Shepperson and Smith lined up behind him. Quick pass out to Poole. Makes the catch, and he's going to get the 1st down. So a quick pass out to Poole from Bennett on the play, and Poole picks up 7 yards on the play. Good enough for Meeteetse 1st down.
You know, and Meeteetse just steadily marching it down the field. Nothing huge in this set of downs.
Yeah, just chunks at a time, and, you know, they'll almost lull you to sleep, have a big play here somewhere in the mix coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of big playmakers out there, too, as well, we've seen. It'll be Shepperson who pitches it back to Bennett. He's got the option to run. He's looking to pass downfield. He's got a wide open Carter. He's got to come back for it. Oh, and he drops it. It hit him right in the numbers, and he looked to turn upfield and just forgot the ball. He was down. He was good for the 1st down on that, but couldn't quite bring it in. Seth was looking downfield. He had Poole on this near side who was going deep, but couldn't get the throw off to him.
Johnson has typically been a big playmaker. He is 2nd in the state receiving.
So 2nd down and 15. Shepperson takes the snap and he fumbles it. Quickly picks it up, but he puts a knee down, so it'll be a loss of about 6 on the play. Bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down for Meeteetse. But Tom, like you said, there's a lot of talent and a lot of threats on the team. You know, Carter's been absolutely amazing out receiving. He's made some great catches. We went to KC and watched him, and he made some great catches and moves that were just fun to watch. So on 3rd down, Shepperson takes the snap, pitches to Bennett, and he looks to run. He's got a blocker downfield, and he breaks another tackle right along the sideline, makes it down to the Pronghorn 20 before he's pushed out of bounds. He was tightrope walking the line here right in front of us, and I think the defenders kind of gave up, thought he was out, but Seth kept going, and he wasn't out yet. So a huge gain there. That's one of the big plays we talk about. Yeah.
Looks like Farson shuts down some of those regular plays and having a little bit of technical difficulties with the headset, folks.
If you hold it like that, it'll be perfect. So on 1st down, Seth looks to pass. He had Smith over the middle open, but it was a little bit high. Smith couldn't quite bring it down. Those are scary passes, too, and it deflected off of him. It's up in the air for grabs for anybody, but incomplete. So bring up a 2nd down for the Longhorns at the Pronghorn 27-yard line.
We have not had a lot of receptions on either side from either team today.
Not yet. And
must be the slippery football.
Well, and, you know, Meeteetse moving this way. Receivers on this side looking back. They're looking right into the sun, you know. So Bennett takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's looking downfield deep. He's got a wide open Carter Johnson who catches it in the end zone. Touchdown, Carter Johnson. Like we said, he's a threat receiving, and there he was. He got back behind his guy, and he had good 5 yards on him, and Bennett made the pass, and it was right on the money. So touchdown, Meeteetse.
With 2 seconds left in the 1st quarter. Score is 24-0, Longhorns.
And Bennett with a kick, and that looks good. So with the 2-point kick, that brings our score to Meeteetse Longhorns 26, and Farson-Eden Pronghorns 0.
Seth Bennett with 20 of their 26 points, and Carter Johnson with 6 of them with that touchdown he just made.
You know, when we talk about passing, it looks like Meeteetse's ranked number 2 in the state for passing. Surprisingly, Wyoming Indian number 1, which, you know, really shouldn't surprise us. We had Wyoming Indian up here, and their first drive of the game, they kept it on the ground, and they have some stout runners. And their first drive, they marched right down, put it in for 6. And then the rest of the game, they were passing the whole game. They do have a big quarterback who can take a hit, but Meeteetse did well against them, and so Meeteetse ranked number 2 in the state for passing. So we'll have another kickoff by Bennett, kicking it away, and this one might be returnable. It's going to be right, no, it will be into the end zone for a touchback. You hear Coach down on the sideline shouting in plays and helping the guys out. You know, it's a good tune-up game here to sharpen up and see what we're needing for the playoffs, to get ready for the playoffs.
Make sure you zoom all the way in if you can.
So it'll be a first down for Farson-Eden on their own 15-yard line. Pitch it back, and he's going to switch directions. A little bit of room to run before he's knocked out of bounds. He's going to be pickup of about 10 yards before he's knocked out by, looked like, Scott Sessions and Carter Johnson. So that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Meeteetse Longhorns 26 and Farson-Eden Pronghorns 0. I'd like to thank TCT West for providing the channel to broadcast on this evening. We've been able to, through the season, send out the home games, and pretty nice for those that can't make it out to the game to be able to watch it at home. And you look at the stats, we've got a lot of, you know, you got Bennett and you've got Carter and you've got, you know, a lot of kids up there. But then you got to look at too, you know, with they'll only play 3 quarters a game, and then coach will pull them and put some of the younger boys in. And so you imagine them playing full games, their stats are going to be even more. They're right up at the top. So on second down, Farson-Eden with the carry up the middle. Pickup of about 4 yards, out near a first down, but looks like about a yard short. Yard and a half, 2 yards short. So they respot the ball. Bring up a third down for the Pronghorns. Looks to pass, throw over the middle. This quarterback overthrows his receiver. Number 36 overthrows his receiver. Had him wide open, just a quick slant inside, and I think he was getting a little antsy on the play. Thought he might have seen that he was going to be wide open on the slant and overthrows his receiver. So he'll bring up 4th down and 2 for the Pronghorns. On defense for the Longhorns, we have Smith, Bennett, Johnson, Shepperson, Scott Sessions, and Zach Bragg. And they look to pass, and this can be batted down by Shepperson. He got right in there. Looked like Shepperson and Bragg putting pressure on, and he looked to get the pass off, and Shepperson batted it down. So that'll be a turnover on downs. Meeteetse will take over at the Pronghorn 28-yard line. So another 4 and out for the Pronghorns. Meeteetse showing some great defense, getting in and making the tackle and putting pressure on the quarterback. So Longhorns, we've got first down. Bennett takes the snap, quick pass to Carter Johnson, who slants in from the outside, and he drops the pass, hits it right off his hand. I think they're getting antsy to turn upfield and get some yards, so they'll have to slow it down just a bit and make sure they make that catch and tuck that ball away.
You know, looking at the stats, Bennett is first in kicking, first in scoring in the state, third in kick return, second in all-purpose offense, second in passing. But what's misleading about that is, on average, Meeteetse has won all of their games by an average of 54 points.
Right. And we had a handoff to Shepperson up the middle. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's in for the touchdown. So looked like, I think that was about a 23-yard run for Shepperson. He's in for 6 while you're giving those stats. But, yeah, you're right. Those are, you know, you add up all those scores. They've scored a grundle of points.
And the coach is real good about taking those starters out at halftime. So Bennett has sat the second half of almost all of these games.
You know, and you look at the scores he's had. you know, all of them but one. We had the DuBois game that was a close game. But the rest of them, you know, the younger boys have been in and played quite a bit of time. Yeah, that's quite a sophomore. 2 more years to come. So it'll be a first down here for the Pronghorns. They're going to look to hand off, and well, he was wrapped up by Shepperson in the backfield, and somehow he broke loose. He's able to get back. Well, he didn't quite make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Lose a yard on the play. And I think he was brought down by Scott Sessions, it looked like.
You know, and that's interesting because Carter Johnson's second in receiving, but he's made 10 more touchdowns with his receptions than the first place person has.
Right, and looks like what they're going off of there is yards per game, and he's just less than a yard behind the first person there. So really, you know, you could call that best in the state in my book. More receptions. So another handoff, and it's going nowhere. He's wrapped up. You know, he's did a great job picking up the few hard yards that he did pick up, but. And it looks like we have Shepperson coming off holding his arm again. Looked like his hand maybe, so. He was out earlier in the game too, holding that arm. Hopefully he's all right. Be surprised if we see him back out there. We don't want to have anybody hurt game like this. They'll have a timeout on the field for the Pronghorns.
Here again, Bennett first in kicking. The second place person for kicking has 13 kicks. Bennett has 57 kicks in this season.
Wow. Oh, third down, they're looking another running play, and he gets back just to the line of scrimmage. He took a lot of hits from Meeteetse defenders there. So I bring up fourth down for the Pronghorns. You know, if they do not pick this first down up, that'll be 4 and outs for the Pronghorns. So, you know, no first downs yet for Farson-Eden so far in the game. It looked like they're going to hand it off and try and pick it up on the ground. Needs to be wrapped up by Smith, well short of the first down. Gain of about 2 on the play before he's brought down by Jasper Smith. So that'll be once again a turnover on downs. Meeteetse will take over at the Pronghorn 19-yard line. So great job so far by Meeteetse defense. So Bennett in shotgun formation, takes a snap, looks to pass. He's looking deep downfield to Smith, who has it in his fingertips and just couldn't quite bring it down. He had a step on his defender, and great throw by Bennett, floated it right over the top and just off the fingertips of Jasper Smith on first down. Bring up a second down for the Longhorns. Tom searches for some more stats for us here. We've got a pile of stats, not even sure where to start. So second down, Bennett in shotgun formation. Looks like he has Dalton Abar lined up in the backfield with him. He quick pass to Carter Johnson over the middle, makes the catch and a pickup of about 4 before he's brought down. They tried that pass earlier, and Johnson was open. It just right off his hands, couldn't quite make the catch, so went back to it and pick up a 4 on the play. Good catch by Johnson, good throw by Bennett. Be a third down and about 16 for the Longhorns on the Pronghorn 16-yard line. Correction, about 10 yards. So pitch to Bennett. He's going to keep it and look to run in. And he is in for the touchdown. No flags on the ground. So another touchdown for Seth Bennett, who takes the handoff and just thought, I'm going to punch it in for another 6.
That's Bennett with 26 points in the game. Boosts the lead for Longhorns. Longhorns 38. Pronghorns 0 with 5 minutes and 56 seconds left in the half.
Seth Bennett with the extra 2-point kick, and that'll be blocked by the Pronghorns. So the score stands Meeteetse 38 and Farson-Eden 0. The road to 7-0 for Meeteetse. We'll go through their wins. Actually, week 0, they traveled to Texas and played Robert Lee in Texas. Came away with a loss there, but led them through 3 quarters. But the heat down there got to them. They figured about 100 degrees, maybe plus, down on the field, and you could tell by listening to it they just ran out of gas. But their week 1, they played Hannah Elk Mountain and won that game 65-13. Week 2, they went to Little Snake River, won there 57-8. Week 3, they hosted Tensley, won 87-12. Week 4, they traveled to Du Bois, and that was a tough game for them there. They played there and won 56-46, that being their closest game. Week 5, they played Wyoming Indian here in Meeteetse, won 77-19. Week 6, they played Casey, traveled to Casey, and won 66-28. Last week, they went to St. Stephen's, won there 85-7. So a first down for Farson-Eden. They put it on the ground, and be a pickup of about 6 yards on the play from their own 15-yard line. Bring up a second down for the Pronghorns. You got any stats on them? See where they sit.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Pronghorns.
See what they've got for on the year. As you say, some of the scores and whatnot are kind of misleading in stats, but we'll see where they sit. So on second down for the Pronghorns, pitch back, going to try and break beat to the quarter, and they pick up their first down here. He is tackled out of bounds by Dalton Abar, but they'll pick up their first down of the game on a run. Number 31, pretty quick little runner there. That is Jordan Nix. Then looking here, it shows a score. They're Farson-Eden's first game against Midwest. It shows them winning 63-15. Yeah, pretty interesting. We'll have to look into that one. It shows them with the win, but they didn't have the score update on that sheet there. So second down for Farson-Eden. They haven't been in the air very much this game, just a few passing plays. And they keep it on the ground again. This will be a flag there. It's going to go against Farson-Eden, so this will come back. It looked like a face mask, as looked like Scott Sessions on that far side are holding. They'll call against Farson-Eden, so that run will be brought back.
This stat here is actually showing that Midwest beat them 63-15, but on their team page, it shows that Farson-Eden won 1-0. So I'm really not sure.
Yeah, and then it shows, Midwest on their page that they lost to Farson-Eden. So a little bit of mix-up there, a little confusion. We'll see if we can iron that out. And that just might be a mistake on the state's page. Because at one point I thought that Midwest was undefeated overall. It shows them with 1 loss. We'll look into that. So a second down and long for the Pronghorns. Be a quick little shovel pass forward there, and didn't quite get the hand on the ball. Bring up third down for the Pronghorns. Kind of in a lot of traffic there, and didn't look like that was going to go far. So third and shoot, looks like about 25 or 30. Almost 30 on the play to pick up here. And they keep it on the ground. He's wrapped up in the backfield by Scott, trips him up. And a loss of about 4 on the play, so back him up a little more.
We're going to call that a sack for Scott Sessions on that one.
We'll call it a sack. It was a loss of yards, so. So a 4th down and long for the Pronghorns. Imagine they'll punt it away again. You got Seth back to receive it. And a huge threat back here. Yep, and he's going to keep it. He's going to pass out, which crazy. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. Barely made it back to the line of scrimmage. Knocked out of bounds by Jasper Smith. So they must want to give this one up.
Longhorn parents, if I could have your attention, we're going to be announcing parent night at halftime. So if you could find your way down to the track the safest way possible, we're going to do parent night at halftime of this game.
So Meeteetse will take over in Pronghorn territory down on the 14-yard line.
Sun now dipping behind the hills. Immediately the temperature starts dropping.
And it dropped about 7 or 8 degrees right there.
But at least I can see the football field.
So first down, we have Seth Bennett in shotgun formation. Dalton Abar in motion, fakes a handoff. He looks to pass, and this will be batted down. He is looking for Alex Poole out on this side, and
that'll be 6-footer Neil Jones swatting that out of the air, number 36.
Yeah, I'd imagine he'd be tough to pass over. He hadn't opened Alex Poole on this near side, but swatted down by the Giant. You know, a lot of these teams have had some big kids too. You know, the Indians had a lot of good size to them. Went to KC and they had a lot of good size to them. And you know, the Longhorns, they just don't back down. So Dalton Abar takes a snap, pitches to Bennett, who throws across to Carter Johnson, wide open, and I think Carter's in for another score, his second score of the afternoon. Kind of some little play action pass there. It was pretty quick. Carter Johnson was wide open. I didn't see what route he ran, but he lost his defender somewhere.
And, yeah, Carter Johnson definitely leads at least a Meeteetse team.
And the 2-point kick is up and good by Bennett. That's the second one of the afternoon.
Carter Johnson definitely leads the Meeteetse team with 78 yards per game receiving. And that'll be his 15th touchdown of the season.
Great. Yeah, he's fun to watch. He's, you know, like Bennett, he's quick on his feet. And like I say, we went and watched over in KC, and he had one play. He made 2 defenders look pretty silly.
Well, you score so fast I can't keep up.
So that'll bring the score to Meeteetse Longhorns 46, Farson-Eden Pronghorn 0. On Farson's last drive, they did pick up their first down of the game. So Bennett to kick it away, and Farson-Eden receiver clear down on the goal line. Probably expecting this one to soar over his head like the rest of them have. Kick is off, and it does just that.
He's put it in exactly the same spot every time he's kicked it.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. We could take a hula hoop down there and put it in the end zone wherever his first kick is, and and he would nail that hula hoop on his kickoffs for the rest of the game. So the Pronghorns once again will take over on their 15-yard line. Looking to get a little bit of offense going. They've had probably about 75 or 80% of their plays have been on the ground, and they've got some quick kids, but Meeteetse defense is just there, and they're shaking off blocks and getting in on the tackle, which once again, decent gain there, brought down on the far side by Zach Bragg.
It was a foot race with Zach Bragg. He running him down from behind, clear across the field.
They gained about 3.5, 4 yards on the play. So a second down for the Pronghorns.
If Farson can't make something happen here within the next 3 minutes and 19 seconds, we're going to be going with the 45-point rule, which means the clock does not stop unless there's a timeout in the second half.
And in on that play, we had, it looked like Zach Bragg and Dalton Abar in to bring the runner down. Loss of about 4 on the play, actually 5. Once again, they're just, they're sticking with their assignments, getting in. They're shrugging the blocks off, getting in and making the tackles. And, great job for the Longhorns.
Coach starting to put in second string players. We still have, I'm trying to see, still have a couple starters in there, I think.
Yeah, we've got a few in. On 3rd and long, they pitch it off. They're looking to gain some on the ground. They, pick up about 6 yards on the play. So that'll bring up a long 4th down for them, just under 10 yards. They picked up about 7, it looks like, on the play. So it'll be a long 4th and 9.
Good run on the play.
He had a good stiff arm on somebody there.
Yeah, he used his blockers really well. And
Meeteetse's just containing them. I think they've got decent speed on the Pronghorn side there. They've got good speed, but Meeteetse's just containing. They're not giving them the corners. They're, the ends are staying home. They're not getting sucked inside, so they're not getting them the corners, and they just contain them. They can't go anywhere. So on 4th down, they're lining up like they're going to go for it, which they did last time deep in their own territory. Looking to pass, and they do get the pass off to a new number 47. Big kid, no number here, goes with the name, so we don't know who that is. But complete the pass and pick up of about 4, but it'll be a turnover on downs. Which they've done that. This is, I think, the 3rd time now. They're deep in their own territory, and they go for it on 4th. But I guess, what do? Use all your downs and try and make something happen, being down 46-0.
Yeah, not a lot to lose at this point. They probably don't want to give the ball to Meeteetse any more than they have to.
Right. They haven't forced any punts. Meeteetse hasn't punted yet today. So you're probably right. Keep the ball as much as you can. Try and make something happen. So Dalton Abar takes a snap, pitches to Bennett, who makes a move. Has one person to beat, and he does. He's in for his, how many I've lost track of Bennett touchdowns.
That would be his 5th, I believe.
5th touchdown. Okay, so he's in for his 5th touchdown. Still 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. He makes it look easy out there, but.
Of our 52 points, Seth Bennett has 34 of them.
And possibly 2 more coming. He's in to attempt the extra 2-point kick. Snaps up and down. This can be blocked. Need to look at some blocking on assignments on there. We've had quite a few kicks blocked through the year.
There were 3 guys there blocking that kick.
3 guys back on there, and then 3 guys on the line for Meeteetse. But as said before, Meeteetse will host their playoff game, round 1, next week, next Friday. What time is that, Tom?
It's a good question. I'll get that for you.
Okay. We plan on next Friday here in Meeteetse, coming out and supporting the Longhorns for the playoffs. And like I said, the other side of the state still undecided. Midwest does have the number 1 seed. But as far as who Meeteetse will end up with, they'll have to see with the way the games go tonight, who gets a 4 seed and who will come over. So Bennett lined up to kick off again to the Pronghorns. He gets another great kickoff, be over the head of the returner, into the end zone for another touchback, and near that hula hoop. And you're seeing more guys come in. We had A.J. Merzin on the play there. So I suppose Coach will probably start getting some of his younger kids. And he's got Seth on the sideline now, resting him up. So we're not even to halftime yet, and he's pulling Seth out to give him a break and prevent any injuries. So smart play there by Coach. So once again, Pronghorns take over on their 15-yard line. Looking to pass and just nearly intercepted. Jasper Smith broke on the ball and nearly had the interception there, just overthrew his receiver, but they pass on first down. So on for the Longhorns, we've got number 80, looks like Wilson Renner in. He's lined up in center, on the center for the defense. Looks like they have Carter Johnson on the sideline too. Dalton Abar's in. On second down, they pitch. They're going to keep it on the ground. He breaks a few tackles. Then he's hit by Alex Poole. Great stop by Poole. And then looked like Bragg came in, helped bring him down, as well as Scott Sessions. But he was hit hard as he was trying to break free by Alex Poole. Pickup of a few yards on the play. They'll bring it third down and 14.
One minute and 30 seconds left in this first half. Score is 52-0 Longhorns. And this last regular season game.
So Longhorns take the snap. They're once again keeping it on the ground. Breaks a little shoestring tackle there, but then he swarmed over by, looked like he was brought down.
Sessions was
Smith hit him there.
Sessions was blocked really well on that, but he did do his job and contain. So the guy had to duck inside.
And he's met there by a few Longhorn defenders and has nowhere to go. Fourth down for the Pronghorns. 4th and 12. And they will go for it.
Clock is ticking, and they seem to be waiting. They are not wanting Meeteetse to have this football for very long.
Yeah, they like to get into halftime and keep it at just 52-0. And he's going to have a pass play. He's looking downfield. Has a wide open receiver again, number 47, but he's hit by Bennett and brought down. So it'll be a turnover on downs.
Just a reminder, parents, we will be doing parent night promptly at the start of halftime. So if you could work your way down to the track as safely as you can, we will get underway at halftime.
So Meeteetse will take over at the Farson-Eden 22-yard line with 18 seconds left in the first half.
And it looks like that 45-point rule will be in effect in the second half, which means the clock only stops on timeouts and scores and touchdowns.
We did see that quite a bit this year. Looks like he's spread. We got two receivers far side. Smith in motion. Fakes the handoff to Smith. Hands off to Dalton Abar, who's up the middle for the run. He's going to make it about nearly 10 yards before he's brought down, and that's going to – then they call a timeout. Meeteetse will take a timeout with 10 seconds left. We'll get at least another play off before the half.
Meeteetse lines up wide for this last play of the half.
Far side, we've got Carter Johnson. Near side, we have wide Alex Poole, and in the slot, number 85, Dalton Abar. Smith to take this, or Bennett takes the snap, fakes to Dalton Abar, hands off to Smith, who makes a couple spinning tackles, picks up a block from Abar, and he's in for 6. So great run there by Smith. He had 2 spin moves there to break out of tackles. We thought for sure he might go down on one of them, but spins out, and then Dalton Abar came back across the field and picked up a block. So another 6 for Meeteetse. So just make a statement and make sure that clock keeps running.
First touchdown of the game for Jasper Smith.
Bennett with the extra 2-point kick. It's going to be up and looks like it splits it right down the middle, and it's good.
36 points for Bennett. Score is 60-0 Longhorns with 4.5 seconds left in the half.
And that is why they're running it on 4th down, the Pronghorns. They don't want to give Meeteetse the ball. It took them all of, what would you say, there was 18 seconds left. Took them all of 14 seconds to score on a couple plays there. I would keep the ball from Meeteetse as well.
Well, we'll see how they do in postseason play. It was a pretty close game. They were behind a lot of the game against Du Bois, and it was a battle. So we'll see how that matchup goes next time they face Du Bois.
They could. Du Bois will be on the other side of the bracket, being the number 2 seed, so they'll play Midwest. Well, that'll be a good game to tune into and see, if what Midwest is all about.
Number 1 in the East versus number 2 in the West.
And looking through the stats, Tom, there's great that Baker or Barker kid from Du Bois. He's got a lot of.
I think Baker is
Baker. Is it Baker?
Yeah, first in the state in a lot of different categories.
So a tough kid there. So Bennett with a kickoff again. This one looks like it will get into the end zone as well for a touchback.
And Bennett missed that hula hoop by a mile.
Yeah, he heard us talking. He said, "I'll show you guys. I can go somewhere else. I can hit the hula hoop or I can go to the other side." So with 4 seconds left in the first half, we'll see what Farson-Eden does here. Looks like they're lined up to go for it. Won't take a knee. They're going to actually pitch it and fumble on the ground, and he does get back on the fumble. Does cover it up. Now bring us to halftime. So welcome back. We start our second half here in Meeteetse. Meeteetse kicks off to the Pronghorns. Looks like that was Bennett with the kick, and it'll be a touchback. So Pronghorns will start on their 15-yard line. Score, if you're just joining us, the score is Meeteetse 60 and Farson-Eden 0. Just before the half, Coach started putting in some of the younger players, and see what he does this time. Looks like we have Wilson Renner in. Got some discussion down on the field. Looks like they've got it figured out. So first down for the Pronghorns. And keep it on the ground, pitch out, and pick up of about 2 on the play. Tackle made by Jasper Smith on the far side. So welcome Tom Loveland back with us. Good to have you, Tom.
Why, thank you.
So second down for the Pronghorns, second down and 12. Looks like we have most of our starters in on defense, still keeping them in the game. Handoff goes to number 34, who's breaking tackles. Got one more to beat, and he steps out of bounds. But man, he broke through a few tackles there.
Probably the best Farson run of the game.
I think it was.
And
they
the first.
pick up the second first down of the game. Yeah, they did get one in the first half, but pretty good runner there, 34. We hadn't seen much of him before. They were running number 31 for a lot of the game, who was a smaller, quicker runner, but he wasn't able to get out.
And the clock will continue running with this 45-point rule in effect.
So the Pronghorns have a first down out at their 33-yard line. Quarterback pitches to 41, who tries for the far side, and he's going to be brought down by Bennett before he even reaches the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard on the play. Like we said before, you know, they're containing the ends real well, keeping that run in, not letting them get to the outside. And, you know, they've been trying to get blocked back into the inside too, and they're fighting that block off and containing that run, keeping it inside, keeping it upfield. So good job for Meeteetse. Second down for the Pronghorns. Once again, he's going to pitch off, and he's going to be wrapped up. He kind of delayed that pitch, and then he's like, oh, here, you take it. They're getting close. And he barely got the pitch, and he's brought down by, not even sure, Scott. Look, Scott Sessions was back there, and I thought might be Dalton Abar. Yeah, Dalton back on the tackle. So big loss on second down.
We're looking at 3rd and 25 on that one. Seeing Sean Shepperson still standing on the sidelines. I don't know if we got an update on how he's doing.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything. Hopefully he's all right. He was came off a couple times in the first half holding his arm, so hopefully he's okay, and there's nothing serious there. So third down for the Pronghorns. Quarterback pitches back. There's 31. He's going to reverse directions and going to be wrapped up there by 4 Longhorns and brought down back near the original line of scrimmage. Pickup of about 7 on the play and bring on the 4th down and 12.
It's a little unusual to see so many starters in the game at this point, but we'll see what the coach ends up doing here.
So a long 4th down for Farson-Eden. And it will be a loss on the play. Zach Bragg in there to tackle, put him down. So looking at Farson-Eden's last 3 games, they've scored, what'd you call that, 155 points in the last 3 games. So far, Meeteetse's held them to 0, so great job on Meeteetse. We do see some younger players in. We've got Wilson Renner on center, far side. We've got Scott Sessions. Back to take the snaps, Dalton Abar. In motion is 33, Owen Burbank. Alex Mers takes the snap, and he's going to break 3 tackles there, and he is quick, too, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. So that's a touchdown on the first play of the game for him from, I think that's his first offensive play, and he takes it in for 6. So great job there. And he was wrapped up by 3 defenders, and he just kept his legs pumping. And, you know, for I believe he's a sophomore. Is that correct? Sophomore.
And this is
AJ.
His freshman. Yeah,
freshman.
Actually. And this is his first year. Does it say he's a sophomore?
It does say he's a sophomore, but he's a freshman.
This is his first year ever playing football. So he's
Dalton Abar back, and he tries to get pass off and loses it, and he'll be sacked. So the extra point is no good. But with that score, it brings us to Meeteetse 66 and Farson-Eden 0. We had, like I say, some younger players in there. We had 33 Owen Burbank in there. We had 72 Ryan Giving in. Of course, we had number 20 AJ Mers in. So we're starting to see these younger players come in early in the 3rd quarter already. So,
you know, actually, I believe AJ Mers is actually a sophomore. I remember him playing high school basketball last year.
That's right. You are right. But great run for a sophomore.
Yep, AJ Mers didn't take junior high or high school football until this year.
And he does have a lot of speed, so imagine a couple more years of that develop. He's going to be a threat like Bennett is. So great, you know, looking at some of these younger kids, a lot of great talent coming up. So some good hopes for Meeteetse 6-man in the years to come. Seth Bennett with a kick. This will be a returnable kick. If he gets to it, they'll roll out of bounds down at the 3-yard line.
Again, we probably shouldn't have said anything, missing that.
Yeah,
that
we shouldn't have
spot
said
in the
anything.
End zone by quite a ways.
That's pretty irregular to see that. Usually he's nearly booting field goals from on his kickoffs, but
Looks like he was stutter step and had a hard time getting his steps right on that kick, and just kind of squibbed it.
It'll give first down to Farson-Eden at their 25-yard line, so starting a little farther downfield for them. And a handoff on first down and pickup of about 2 yards. He's brought down by Alex Poole on the play. Good tackle there.
Poole did a great job of reading that play. When the runner ran inside, he stayed right with him.
Second down for the Pronghorns at their 26-yard line. A few new numbers in there. We've got Wilson Renner in, and 82 looks like Logan Maurer is in on this side too. He's in on the tackle on that play. Another running play, pick of about 2 for the Pronghorns will bring up a third down and 11.
And
11.
That clock is still ticking with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Score is 66-0 Longhorns. Had 5 different scorers on the Longhorns. Bennett, Carter Johnson, Sean Shepperson, Jasper Smith, and A.J. Murs.
And we have, he's looking to pass, and he's wrapped up by Zach Bragg there for a loss. We'll bring up a fourth down for the Pronghorns.
Bragg did a good job breaking down, waiting to see how the play developed, and took down the quarterback when he took off.
Known a little bit smaller, 5'8", and he's playing right there in the center of the defense, and he is a force to be reckoned with. He's in on a lot of plays. He's in the backfield and causing some disturbance there. It's like we have a timeout for the Pronghorns. Going to talk this fourth down over. So this will be about a 4th and 13.
Clock will stop. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
As the temperature continues to drop here in Meeteetse, once that sun drops behind the hill, we're cooling down pretty quick.
Yeah, the wind was blowing pretty well before the game, but it calmed down right as the game was starting.
Corey.
Yeah, you too.
What time will the game be next week? Not sure.
You know who it is.
Oh, we don't know who. Yeah,
Have you seen that on Wild Prep?
3 of them.
There's like 3 or 4 different scenarios. If then, and if
Yeah.
I want to go at 7.
Number 34 on Farson-Eden breaks 1-2 tackle, still going, still up. One more man to beat on the Meeteetse. He could go and doesn't quite make it down on the 2-yard line.
What a great run there, though, by Farson-Eden. He broke several tackles. That's something that that coach can look at and work on. There's, if they'd have hit and wrapped up, they'd have brought him down. Probably for, turnover and downs, he wouldn't have made the first down, but.
And Seth Bennett again having to step in and getting it done, running diagonal across the field to get that tackle.
So this will be a good challenge for him here down at the 3-yard line to see if they can stop him from punching this in.
Here it goes, looking for a sweep across, trying to get outside.
He's going to be hit on that far side by by Seth. Seth brings him down, be a loss of a yard or 2 on the play. It's a great job by Seth. I saw they brought pressure up the middle. Look, that might have been Jasper Smith blitzing up the middle, and they swept around the outside. And once again, our ends were there. Bennett was there to contain that and get him for a loss. That loss of about 2 on the play. They're about the 5-yard line now, second down. And there he is once again. That is Smith, and there's a fumble. It's still loose on the play. It looks like Meeteetse covered, so that was Smith in. He was able to get in quick, unblocked, and he laid a hit on the quarterback, knocked that ball out, and looked like Zach Bragg on the far side recovering that. So,
and the Pronghorns cannot catch a break.
Pronghorns turnover. Meeteetse will take over at the 12-yard line.
1 minute left in the third quarter. Clock still running, 66-0 Longhorns.
So great job on defense there. They sent Jasper Smith twice, and second time paid off. He was in there untouched. Quarterback didn't even have time to hand off or do anything there. He met Jasper Smith, grill to grill. So A.J. Merzbach takes a snap. He's going to pitch to Dalton Abar, who will be wrapped up for a loss on the play. Couple defenders back there to meet him right after he took the pitch. And
You know, I think Abar looked up and saw three men in green pants running right at him, and
didn't know where to go.
yep.
So that'll back him up down to just inside the 6-yard line. Abar and Merz in the backfield. Abar takes a snap, and he's going to roll out to pass, and he does get the pass off to look like Giving over the middle, who Ryan wasn't able to get a hand on it.
And it looks like the clock will run down at the end of this third quarter.
There's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Meeteetse Longhorns 66, Farson-Eden 0. And to note, we said the coaches got, several younger players in now on offense, so they've played through most of the third quarter.
You know, we did get a little bit of an update on that November 1st playoff game, if you want to fill us in on that, Kyle.
Yeah, we are playing on November 1st here in Meeteetse.
The time is to be announced on the
TBA. It's undecided, the east side. All they know on the east side of the bracket right now is number 1 is Midwest, and 2, 3, and 4 is undecided. Games tonight will decide that. There's several scenarios that can decide it. It sounds like KC will be in, Guernsey will be in, and I don't remember the other team.
So as soon as we find out, we'll have it on our athletics calendar at park16.org.
So mark your schedule for the first. Plan on coming to Meeteetse's round 1 playoff game here at Meeteetse, and the time will be announced. So Meeteetse will start the fourth quarter, third down on their own 6-yard line. Merz takes a snap, pitches it to Dalton Abar, who has room to run, and he's going to be out of bounds, and there'll be a penalty on the play there. So not only did he pick up a good run, there'll be another 15 yards stacked onto it for unsportsmanlike conduct on the Pronghorns.
Lady Longhorn fans, this just in. The Lady Horns won 25-12 in the first set. Lady Horns won 25-12 in the first set over HEM.
And for those of you out there who's had an announcement here in the field, the Lady Longhorns won 22, or what was the score?
25.
25 to what?
12.
12. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks for that, Kyle.
They
Appreciate
beat
that update.
HEM. They won. That's all that matters.
In the first set.
They won by points in the first set. So.
Hanalk Mountain.
So as they step off the penalty, that'll be a first down for Meeteetse on the unsportsmanlike conduct on the Pronghorns. That was Dalton Abar with the carry, and he was well out of bounds. Some frustration tackles out there on Farson-Eden. It's like we have AJ in motion, and he loses the handoff, and that's going to kind of be a battle there. And looks like it's going to stick with Meeteetse, but kind of a bobble there. They had Merz in motion, and might have been Logan Maurer up the middle. And
we have, I think, all of our starters on the sidelines now, and coach is just going to let them work it out.
Yeah, it's a good time for them to play and see what they can do against a decent defense here. Merz pitches back and to Dalton, who gets the throw off. He looks downfield for Wilson Renner. He'll be incomplete downfield. Under pressure, he did get that throw off, but just overthrew him, it looked like.
I think some in the crowd were looking for pass interference, but I think he just tripped over someone's foot and went down on that one.
It looked like incidental conduct or contact.
That's what I said.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your microphone cut out, so they couldn't hear what you said.
It's unconfirmed, but I think on November 1st, maybe Scott Cole will be commentating. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe we will have the pleasure of having Scott Cole here with us. I will be out of town, won't be able to watch it, which I will miss. the first round.
Yeah, last time we're really hoping to make a showing at state. Last time Meeteetse won state was in 1993, and Scott Cole was on that football team.
So it'll be good to have him with us. And there is a possibility that we'll be broadcasting over the radio as well. So if you can't make it to the game or to a TV, look for a radio. So on third down, Merce pitches to Dalton Abar, who has room to run. Gets out near the original line of scrimmage before he's brought down. Bring up a fourth down for the Longhorns, 4th and 18.
And our starters will come in for the fourth down. Meeteetse starters will come in for the fourth down. Clock ticking. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Meeteetse 66, Farson 0. And I'm guessing since our starters are in, we're going to go ahead and go for it on the fourth down. But
Looks
I'm not
like
sure.
they're in punt formation. Looks like Bennett's back to punt, and he does get the punt off. Nobody back to receive it, and it will go down inside the 20 before it bounces out of bounds. So the Longhorns will take over there at their own 19-yard line.
I was wrong on that.
You were wrong.
They did punt that.
Yeah, they did. It looked like they could have went for it on that. A trick play, and they could have went for it. So,
Thanks. I appreciate that.
anything I can do to help, Tom?
So a warmer night than the last time we played here at home.
I apologize for chattering teeth last time. So first down for the Pronghorns. They're going to mark it at the 21-yard line.
And
So
it does not look like,
We've got Bennett back in.
yeah, it looks like we have a lot of our starters back in now.
We have a few, yeah, we do have most of our starters back in. Shepherdson's still on the sidelines. I believe we got Logan Maurer in for Shepherdson, and other than that, we've got our starters back in on defense. So I think they're going to try and hold them to 0 on the scoreboard here. Keep them warm, if nothing else. That was a pickup of about 6 on first down. There's another run play out to the other side, and he's going to be corralled by Alex Poole. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play.
That
Maybe
runner
3.
had wheels. Who was that?
He's pretty quick. That was might have been 31. He's pretty quick, but he just like we said, he hasn't been able to make a corner and actually turn upfield. So it'll be third down and a long 6 for the Pronghorns.
Farson offense looking fired off.
And there's they keep it on the ground again. Decent gain on the play. There's Logan Maurer was in on, he had a chance at the line, and he was trying to shake off a blocker at the same time. Was able to lay a hit on him, but didn't quite bring him down. So pick-up of, probably about 4 on the play. Brings up a 4th down and long 2.
Haven't heard that term before. Long 2.
Long 2. Well, it's a long 2 yards.
It is
short
a long
3. Would that work better? It's
I appreciate
short 3 yards for the Pronghorns. Who's going to keep it on the ground. And he picks up a block on that far side, but it looks like he's going to be taken out of bounds short of the first down. We had Alex Poole on that far side who was blocked. He kept it contained, but he was blocked. But it looks like they're going to be well short of the first down, so Meeteetse will take over.
And that's hard. You snap it back to one guy and pitch it back to another. By the time they started running, they were 10 yards behind their first down marker.
Yeah, with Meeteetse going after the ball. In for the Longhorns, we have Ryan Giving, Wilson Renner, Scott Sessions, A.J. Mers, Dalton Abar, and I do not see who's lined up on the other side of A.J. That was 33, Owen Burbank. Dalton Abar takes a snap, and he's going to get the pass off, and this will be well overthrown. He's looking for Wilson Renner downfield and overthrows him. So some good time for these young boys in here tonight. playing pretty well. They did score on their last possession, I believe, didn't they? Possession before they punted the last possession, but before that we had a nice run by AJ. So second 15. Oh, and Dalton overthrows Scott Sessions on this near side. He's a little high with his passes tonight. Something good for him to work on and zero him in.
Yeah, you get
Coach is out talking to him.
Get that adrenaline going. It's hard to bring that ball down sometimes. Yeah. This will be a short second half. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. Clock is still ticking. Score is 66-0 Longhorns.
Under the lights here tonight. Good Friday night football. Once again, mark your calendar next week, November 1st. Looks like we have a long look downfield to, wow, hit Scott Sessions. He wasn't expecting that to get through the defender. And he wasn't able to bring that one down. Very catchable ball. He's shaking his head right now. He knew he should have had that one for 6. But defender went up, and it looked like the defender was going to be able to knock it down. But it surprised Scott, I think.
Yeah, probably hard to see a dark ball in a dark sky and with the lights on and a big guy in front of you.
And the big guy right there blocking your view. So 4th down for Meeteetse. They're lining up to go for it. They won't. Doesn't look like they'll punt this one. So AJ Murs in motion. A-Bar fakes the handoff, rolls out. He's looking to pass. He's got a wide open Burbank, who makes the catch, but then is quickly brought down there by the defender.
Makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
He does. Almost broke that tackle, but it was a jersey tackle. He's able to hang on. So the Pronghorns will take over there. Timeout, Pronghorns. They're going to talk it over and see if they can get some points on the board with 1 minute and 33 seconds left in the game. See what Coach does for defensive personnel. Looks like he's got some younger kids out there.
And again, we've had quite a few people put points on the board. Bennett with 36, Carter Johnson with 12, Sean Shepperson with 6, Jasper Smith with 6, AJ Murs or Andrew Murs, depending on who you're talking to, with 6 points.
Which does he prefer?
I think AJ, actually. But
okay.
To the kids, I guess the kids call him AJ.
We're kids, right? So we qualify.
So I call him Andrew.
I'd like to thank Tom with the stats tonight. Had them all prepared for us and been keeping stats. I think the last game we did, we were keeping track of kickoffs. That was about it. So we have advanced on our skills. So on 1st down, they keep it on the ground, and he has room to run. Looks like he's gonna be close to a 1st down, the Pronghorn runner, before he's knocked out of bounds.
And at that rate, if we don't change things up, they will put some points on the board. As we tick down the end of this game, we are at 1 minute and 10 seconds. Score 66-0.
That will be good for a 1st down. They're lined up in the same trips right. One runner back with the quarterback. Similar position, similar as last time. And he fumbles it. This can be kicked back downfield, and he's in cover back at the 30, so a huge loss here by the Pronghorns. You know, they had a good run there and then come back on 1st down and lose several yards on the play.
And that is a tough break for the Pronghorns. Whenever they get close, they have a hard time hanging on to the ball.
Doesn't work for them. So that's with 33 seconds left in the game. They're lining up and going to go for something big here. Getting pressure. Looked like we had Scott Sessions back with pressure, and he's going to throw it downfield, and he makes the catch. It's going to be a foot race, and he's going to be taken out of bounds.
Not sure what happened there. So he's pushed out of bounds. The clock will be stopped with 15.9 seconds left, as I didn't see who called the timeout. 18.2. So 18.2 seconds left in the game.
So quite a play by the Pronghorns there. Had their quarterback scrambling. He was able to make the pass downfield and a great catch downfield. And then Carter Johnson was able to race him down and take him out of bounds before he got in for the touchdown. So with 18 seconds left, we'll see if the Pronghorns can punch it in and at least get a few points on the board tonight.
And it looks like the Longhorn starters are still watching from the sidelines.
Yes, they are. So good time for the younger boys to make a stand here. Keeping it on the ground, looking to run, and he's going to be hit by Carter, be brought down short of the end zone. The clock still ticks.
They're trying to get another play in. Coach is yelling from the
5 seconds
sidelines.
left, and they looks like they will get
They're
one more
calling for a
off.
run. Here it comes.
And there's a flag on the play as time expires.
We'll see what they called.
And it's against the Longhorns, so
We'll probably get another play back.
we'll get one play.
Okay.
Yep. We'll leave the clock at 0. We'll get one more down.
Ball is on the 3-yard line.
Same play again.
And
See
he's
if we
going
can
to
stop
be
him.
taken out of bounds. So Meeteetse, the younger boys, hold him out. And that will take us to the end of the 4th quarter with that play. Meeteetse Longhorns 66, Farson-Eden 0.
And that will bring the football season for the Longhorns, a regular football season, to an end.
Calendars, November 1st, we will have a playoff game here in Meeteetse. If they win that one, they will